Imagine being the head of one of Japan's biggest candy companies, Glico. You're living a pretty chill life, thinking your biggest headaches are sugar prices and marketing budgets, right? But then, one fateful night in 1984, everything flips upside down. You're Nobutaka Ezaki, the CEO, just relaxing at home when, out of nowhere, masked men in black burst in like something straight out of a horror movie. They move with eerie precision, duct taping your wife's hands and tying up your daughter, dragging you into a van, and vanishing into the night before your neighbors even notice the street lights flickered. And just like that, the nightmare begins. The police jump into action. Glico isn't just any company. It's a household name. Kids munch on their snacks every single day. So, a CEO kidnapping, it's not just a crime. It's a full-blown national crisis. For 3 grueling days, investigators chase leads, stake out farms, interrogate suspects, and push through sheer exhaustion. Then, in a twist that should have felt like a sigh of relief but somehow made the air colder, Ezaki manages to escape. He frees himself, dashes through a muddy field barefoot, and flags down help. Everyone thinks the nightmare is over, but hold on, it's just the beginning. The kidnapping, it was merely the group clearing its throat, setting the stage for something far more sinister. A few weeks later, a letter arrives, typed, taunting, signed by a group calling itself the Monster with 21 Faces. They brag about the kidnapping. They mock the police with a smirk you can hear through the page. And they announce they're not done, not even close. They demand ransom, threaten to poison candy, and send letters so mocking that investigators start taking them personally. The media goes wild. Parents stop letting their kids buy snacks at convenience stores. Glico's sales nosedive. Fear spreads faster than facts. Then the monster turns up the pressure. A factory catches fire through arson. Another letter arrives, describing the crime in smug detail. Soon after, the group claims they've actually laced Glico products with real cyanide. Grocery stores pull entire shelves. Glico nearly collapses. Investigators comb through thousands of letters, fingerprints, typewriter ribbons, pen pressure patterns. Nothing. The monster is invisible. And then, just like that, the group gets bored with Glico and decides to shake things up by targeting Morinaga, another big name in the candy game. More letters start rolling in, and with them, more threats. This time, the monster claims they've actually placed poison candy on store shelves. Can you imagine the panic? The police are praying it's just a bluff, and it turns out it is. But that doesn't matter to Japanese families. The fear is real, you know? Suddenly, every grandmother buying biscuits turns into a detective, sniffing packages, holding wrappers up to the light, and choosing safety over snacks. It's wild. Kids start linking candy with danger, and that's the monster's true power. Not the cyanide, not the guns, not even the kidnapping, but the fear that spreads like wildfire, making you feel it in every aisle of every supermarket across Japan. Investigators finally catch a bit of a break, sort of. Picture this. A security camera captures a tall, lean guy wearing a baseball cap, casually placing boxes on store shelves. They dub him the videotape man. His face is crystal clear, but his identity, it's like smoke slipping right through their fingers. He becomes this phantom suspect, haunting the investigation, like a ghost in a horror flick. And then there's the fox-eyed man, spotted by cops during a failed ransom drop. He's got this icy expression and sharp eyes that you just can't forget. Officers chase him down, but he outruns them like he's been doing this forever. They lose him in the night, and just like that, the monster gains to unofficial mascots, 2 men who could be the same person or completely different shadows. It's like a twisted game of hide and seek, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Months pass, and the tension is palpable. Dozens of letters keep rolling in, each one more audacious than the last. They tease police with grammar jokes, showing off their smarts. They compare themselves to fictional villains, like something out of a movie, and mock investigators for not catching them. They pivot between Glico, Morinaga, and other snack companies like they're choosing targets on a dartboard. The whole country feels held hostage by a group nobody can even confirm exists. Is it one man? 5, 21? A corporation rival? A gang? A cult? A lone genius? The case file looks like a conspiracy board spilled across Japan, with wild theories flying everywhere. It's a mystery that grips the nation, leaving everyone wondering who are these shadowy figures pulling the strings. By 1985, the stress on law enforcement is so intense that the superintendent in charge of the investigation, driven by shame at not solving the case, dies by suicide, a tragedy that shakes the entire country. And then something strange happens. The letters stop. The monster with 21 faces disappears just like they appeared, suddenly, without reason, without closure. No arrests, no unmasking, no answers. The case has become nothing short of legend. It has a symbol of humiliation for the police and a dark folklore that people share over coffee. Even decades later, theories still swirl around like autumn leaves. Was it the Yakuza with their notorious connections? Or maybe a disgruntled factory worker seeking revenge? Perhaps it was a collective of masterminds, military-trained and ready to strike, foreign intelligence, maybe. Or just a brilliant sociopathic troll armed with a typewriter, a grudge, and way too much time on their hands. What makes this crime so haunting isn't just the violence. Though, let's be real, that kidnapping was downright brutal. It's the psychological warfare at play that really gets under your skin. This group weaponized fear so effectively that candy companies were teetering on the brink of collapse, police were losing sleep for years, and the entire nation had to rethink how they viewed safety. Can you imagine? A crime ring that always seemed to be 5 steps ahead, like they had eyes everywhere, lurking in the shadows? They were like ghosts, slipping away before anyone could figure out what the heck they wanted in the first place. It's chilling. Even today, Japan still doesn't know who was behind the monster with 21 faces. No fingerprints, no DNA, no confessions, just a trail of letters and threats that left a bone-chilling vibe in the air. Those who lived through it still vividly remember the fear decades later. It's wild how the perfect crime isn't always the bloodiest. Sometimes it's the one where the criminal walks away smiling, nameless, and never returns. Think about it. A haunting reminder of how fear can change everything. It reshaped lives, influenced parents' choices, and turned innocent trips to the candy store into a minefield of anxiety. That's the real horror story here.